Hello everyone and welcome back to another election forecasting video. Now for this video, let's imagine a scenario where the polls are actually correct. Believe it or not, if you think it's possible, for this scenario, let's imagine it is. Currently, Joe Biden is 7.5 percentage points above Donald Trump. That is a substantial lead. We know it's most likely going to shrink, and it will most likely be incorrect to some extent as it was in 2016. But for this example, let's assume that this is accurate. Come election day on November 3rd, Joe Biden is still 7.5 points ahead of Trump, and that is actually accurate. Joe Biden wins in an absolute landslide. What would that look like on the Electoral College? Now we can go ahead. I've created this map that includes all the likely and solid states for the Democrats and Republicans, respectively, and I've left open the considered to be toss-up states. Now, in a Joe Biden landslide, what states would go to Joe Biden and what states could Trump keep even in this scenario? Now, obviously, if Joe Biden wins, he will keep the state of Nevada and he will most likely carry the second congressional district in Maine. So we can go ahead and put those in, even though Hillary lost this district in Maine in 2016 in a landslide. Joe Biden would keep it, and Nevada is a state that even Hillary won when she lost, so Joe Biden would definitely keep that. Arizona is a state that seems more and more likely to go to Joe Biden even if he loses in an actual scenario. It is likely that Arizona will go to Joe Biden, so we can move that there as well. Now we head over to the real battleground states that will be very important in the upcoming election, looking at Florida and Pennsylvania and all of the Rust Belt, really. Florida, Trump won by only just above 1 percentage point in 2016, so in a landslide, Joe Biden would take this. In a landslide, he would also take Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin and Minnesota. Minnesota was a state that Hillary won in 2016, even though it's trending to the right and could go for Donald Trump this year. Joe Biden will take it in this scenario. Now we head over to these states of Ohio and Iowa. Now, in a case where Joe Biden completely smashes expectations, we could see a flip of these two states, but it's seeming more and more likely these states are trending to the likely Republican column. Donald Trump won both of them by a very good margin, and even in a real landslide, I don't know if you would see these two states flip, so I'll give them to Donald Trump. North Carolina was a state that Trump won by a pretty small margin. So, in this case, where voter turnout is huge and it's a complete rebellion against Donald Trump, Joe Biden would carry this, and he would also flip the second congressional district in Nebraska, if you believe that. Now we head over to Texas. Like I was saying, realistically, I don't know if Texas could flip this year. It is very apparent that Texas is leaning more towards and trending more towards the middle, and I believe in 2024, that election, Texas will be a full-on battleground state. Realistically, even in a landslide, I don't know if you would see this state flip, but just for the purpose of this video, let's see if it does. And you can look, there is a lot of blue on this map. A real blue wave happened in this scenario. And you can see Joe Biden destroyed Donald Trump in the Electoral College vote, 373 to 165 for Donald Trump. Now, we can also, just for the purpose of the video, flip Iowa and Ohio to see what that would look like, 397 to 141. And we could also see a Georgia flip at that point, 413 electoral votes for Joe Biden. If there is an absolute blue wave like people think there will be, if it is a complete rebellion against Donald Trump, this is what the Electoral College could look like. Realistically, in a realistic landslide, I don't see this happening. I would see Iowa, Ohio, and Texas staying for Donald Trump, and I think the largest margin that Joe Biden can win by in this election would be 351 to 187 for Donald Trump, and that is still a huge margin of victory. But if you're a Biden supporter and you want to think really optimistic and think best case scenario, this is what the Electoral College map could look like in an absolute Biden landslide. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.